Do you believe that as well?
Oh, yeah. No, here's the problem with a lot of people watching is they're solo entrepreneurs. They're a salesperson, they're a coach, they're a massage therapist, whatever. They don't have a boss. If you have a boss and your boss says, call the White House, see if you can get through to the president, you probably won't, but you're going to call anyway because your boss told you to. Right. But you can sit there for an hour and a half talking yourself out of it because you don't have a boss telling you what to do. So when you have an accountability partner, which is someone you're going to talk to, I say 5 days a week, here's what 5 things I'm going to do today. And then tomorrow you have to say, did you do them or not? What happens is after a couple of days of not doing them, you get sick of saying I didn't do it. And so you do it. And so this accountability and responsibility is what takes you where you want to go. And so many of us have wounds that are, as a child, we got wounded by our parents rejecting us, kids rejecting us for being ourselves. So we were too loud. We talked about sex. We asked for money. We were told, that you're too abrasive. Money doesn't grow on trees, whatever. So we grow up with all these beliefs about what's wrong with us. I'm not attractive enough. I'm not smart enough. I'm not athletic enough. I'm not, intelligent enough. I'm not lovable enough, etc. And so we have to work to let those go. And once we do that, we naturally are willing to do whatever we need to do. And that's, again, it's experiential work that takes you back to when you made that decision.
Yeah.
Somewhere between the age of 2 and 7, we all decided something that stopped us from being our natural self. And the more you go back to your natural self, as you said, your vibration naturally becomes joyful, happy, high, appreciative, grateful, etc. And when you do that, and everything just it's almost like it starts to happen. You wonder, why are all these miracles happening in my life? Because you're at this high vibration, because you've removed the things that were making you feel bad, the negative thoughts, the negative beliefs, the wounds that weren't healed, the feelings that are in there that are not expressed, and so forth. So that's literally, I'm so excited right now. I'm writing a book about love and fear. And basically who we are is love. And the only thing that stops that from being expressed is fear. Yeah. And so we got a choice between these. It's a binary choice, really. Do I make the phone call? Do I love myself by making the phone call? Am I loving you by making the phone call? Or am I going to live into fear? And so basically, I think that's really one of the things I'm most excited about now is just seeing that's really the major dichotomy that stops us.
Yeah, it's 2 choices. That's a chapter I wrote in a book. 2 choices. It's either yes or no, go or stop, do it or don't do it. We only have 2 choices, but then we muck it up with all this other emotional stuff. Mm-hmm. So I combined, some legal experience that I have and how lawyers think. I was always intrigued how lawyers think because they get through all the emotion and they go right to the issue. And that's what this is about. It's either you're going to do it or you're not going to do it. Mm-hmm. So you're either going to go forward or you're going to stay where you are. And that's okay. Whatever your choice is okay. But you had mentioned beliefs before, and beliefs are just thoughts we think over and over again. So we can change those thoughts, change those beliefs, and do exactly what you say. So I love your approach of, love versus fear. And without fear, you're unstoppable. And without fear, you're genuinely yourself because you're more solid in who you are. And then nobody could say anything to you that's going to hurt your feeling. That goes to that green hair, right? The green hair exercise. It's not what I'm saying to you. It's what you say to yourself after I stop talking, if I ever stop talking. But I'm a radio show host, so I never do that.
Well, let's explain green hair. So what I do is I'll go up to someone and say, Mary, you have green hair. Does that upset you? She goes, no. I said, why not? Because I know I don't have green hair. But then I say, Mary, you're one of the most selfish people I've ever met. Does that hurt you? She goes, yeah, a little bit. Now, she knows she doesn't have green hair, but she doesn't know that she's not selfish. So anytime someone does something or says something to you that you feel hurt by, means that you already had that belief in you. All they did was bring it up. We call it triggering you because that belief was there. That belief is your responsibility to transcend and realize that you are who you are and that you're a nice person. And or if you are too self-absorbed, maybe you need to let that go, become a little more balanced. But the point is, nobody can hurt my feelings. I often say, go ahead, hurt my feelings. Can't do it because I don't have the place where that's going to Velcro to.
Yeah. Yeah. And it comes with awareness, because I usually say, you need to be aware of something in order to change it or choose not to. But
Yes.
you need to be aware. So that awareness is really important in that decision of whether you're going to do something or not do something, or feel hurt or not. So generally when something comes now and it's like, oh, that hurt my feelings, I'm like, oh, what am I supposed to look at it within myself?
Exactly.
That is making me feel that way. It's not the person, it's not the statement. It's just, it elevated something within me that I wasn't even aware was there.
And it's a gift to you because now
Yes.
it allows you to see it and release it.
And release it. And that releases fears too. When you just release things, and that when you have no fears, you're fully empowered to be genuinely who you are. And we all need to be. That's one of my superpowers. I can see your successes. I can see in down the road, 7 to 10 steps down of who you could be if you just allowed yourself to be that person. But our society and education kind of put you in a box. You stand in line, you follow each other, you have to hold hands, you have to sit in the same seat. Yeah. So they kind of pigeonhole you. So my feeling is always, I don't want to be the pigeon in the pigeonhole. So I'm always breaking out of that box. So my feeling is that's what we need to do. We need to just be who we are, because people are magnificent when they are who they're genuinely supposed to be. Don't you think?
Yeah. And you was reminding me of a book title. Would you rather be a pigeon or the statue?
The pigeon.
Pigeons are always dropping stuff on top of the statue.
Exactly. Now, you told us your next project is doing the book, Love versus Fear. What's your dream for the near future? So what's your next plateau? Because you have had so many.
Well, as I said, one of my goals is to have 1 million trainers training this work around the world. In order to do that, I need to train more trainers of trainers. Up until me, it's been me and Kathleen Seeley and a few other people. But now I want to create these senior trainers of trainers. So that's the next step. And I want to have country coordinators that are coordinating the teaching of this in all the different countries around the world, which I think, is a doable project for the next couple of years. I have 4 books I want to write. The Power of Wow. How do you create wow experiences for people in business? And I've interviewed like the head of the culture for Ritz-Carlton hotels and all kinds of really interesting people.
No pun. Wow.
Yeah, wow, exactly. Anytime I tell anybody something is in that book, they go, wow, so it's definitely working there. We just need to finish it. And I'm going to write a book called Ayahuasca for the Soul.
Oh, yes.
I've gotten into plant medicine in the last 5-6 years and go down to Costa Rica once a year. And I just joined the board of directors at this place called Rhythmia, which is a place where they do this work. And the phenomenal work that's taking place all around the world, including America. And I've already got some celebrity stories of people who've transformed because of ayahuasca. And so I want to help bring this mainstream. And I'd say it's the writing and the training of trainers. So those are my two big projects, and spend more time with my grandson and take a little more time off. As I said, I'll be 79 in August. So just slowing down a little bit.
You know what? Nice. Don't slow down too much though. We need you to, we need you.
I won't.
So, and I ask all my guests this, and what's your why? Why do you do what you do?
Well, I had an experience a long time ago where we were in a workshop and it was all teachers, all educators. And they said, go back to the earliest time you can remember deciding to be a teacher. And everyone went back to 4th grade, college, whatever. I went back to where I wasn't born yet. I'm a spirit floating through space with other spirits. And looked down on Earth. It was World War II. Bombs are going off. And I said, I got to go down there and help out. And it was like, they're going, you're codependent. Come on, we're up here learning all this advanced metaphysical stuff. I said, no, I'm going down. So I came down. I incarnated, if you will, with this purpose to help the world be a better place for people, to stop fighting each other, to have more joy, more love, more peace, etc. So that event, when I had that memory, if you will, in the visualization, was a big piece of it. And then the other thing I would say, what keeps me going is I'm happy when I do it. I'm joyful. Like I'm happy now doing this with you. And yesterday I spent hours coaching people on how to be best-selling authors. I got off the phone or Zoom call and I went, that was fun. So for me, as long as it's fun, Like my wife said, retire. And I said, do what? Well, you can play golf. I don't like golf. I like this. So
Yeah.
as long as it brings me joy, and I believe joy is your guidance system, it tells you you're on purpose.
Yeah.
So that's what fulfills me. And getting emails from everyone, like you changed my life. I started the magazine because of you. I started the school because of you, whatever. That is what floats my boat, if you will. So I plan to keep doing that.
Yeah, you're amazing at how you inspire so many people, and you give them the belief in themselves, and you do it in such a gentle way they don't even realize how impactful it is until later, and they're just like, it was Jack. It's totally Jack. And your method is just so gentle. Your team is amazing. The Canfield team is amazing, supportive, always there, always willing to help, and that again reflective of what you do. All the books behind you, I'm wondering how many of those books behind you are from students that you've taught.
Well, all of those behind me aren't, but to my other side over there, they are. And there's literally probably 1,000 of them. I've got 5,000 books in my house, and 3,000 of them I've read. Another 1,000 are from people. And then about 300 or 400 are books I either wrote. Then I've got all the translations of those, so it's pretty ridiculous. My books mostly are translated into 50 languages. So take 200 books times 50 languages, got 1,000 of those.
You got a lot of books there. Jack, thank you so much. Thank you so much for everything you do, giving back the way you do, having that gorgeous smile of yours. P.S. I hit one of my goals. I lost 20 pounds. So I'm a very happy girl with that. So all you teach, I do walk the walk. So thank you for everything you do. Thank you for being on Healthy Lifestyle. And thank you all for joining us today on Healthy Lifestyle with Lorianne. I hope we earned the privilege of your time. Look for us next week, next Saturday at 3 p.m. Until next time, play a higher role, serve a higher purpose, show up for you, and show up big.